Today I'm at the famous Bonne Terre mine, the world's largest subterranean lake. And yes, I'm gonna be diving it. What's going on, guys? It's Raymond here, and today I have finally made my way down here to the Bonne Terre mine in Missouri, where I'm going to be diving it. Now, this spot I'm going to be diving today is the world's largest subterranean lake. It was an old lead mine from 1860 up until 1962. When it closed, they shut off the pumps and it flooded with water. The water also happens to be crystal clear, and there's a ton of cool stuff to see under there. Now, today I'm going to be making a total of 3 dives. I just got done with the first one to get acclimated with all of the water and the surroundings, but this one I'm gonna be filming. I know you guys are absolutely gonna love this place, so let's head on down there and go diving. Today's video is going to be of dive number 1 while filming, so if you love this adventure, make sure to stick around for the second dive to see what I filmed. The entrance to the mine is one of the most unique ways to get to a dive site anywhere. You have to walk about 1/4 of a mile to even get down to the water, and on the way down I really got to admire the cave setting. Now, before I get into the water, let's go over what makes this place so unique. The Bonne Terre mine was the United States' largest lead mine during its time. It was opened by the St. Joe Lead Company in 1864, but eventually closed in 1962. The mine stretches down to depths of over 300 feet below ground level and covers over 10.5 acres of space. After the mine was closed, they shut off the pumps that kept the water at bay, which in turn flooded the mine. The water here is a mineral water, meaning that you can actually drink it, and for a time it served as the town's water supply. However, in the 1980s it was bought by West End divers out of St. Louis, and since then it's become one of the most talked about dive sites in the world. Jacques Cousteau even visited and dove here many years ago. Now, there's very few spots around the world where you can dive a flooded mine, which is what made me so excited to get in the water. After getting all geared up, it was finally time to jump in. I was wearing my 7mm wetsuit because the water sits at a chilly 58 degrees year-round. This dive took us on trail number 2, which is known to have some really cool stuff. I descended to the bottom, turned on my lights, and started rolling. The dive started off with us swimming around a few of the giant pillars in the mine. If you're not a dive master or safety diver, they rarely let you use lights, so luckily I got to use mine. Floating over hundreds of feet of water in the dark is a pretty weird feeling. However, eventually we made our way to shallower waters. The first enclosed space of the dive, which is basically like a cave, was this big room. And at the top there was a bunch of old styrofoam. This styrofoam was left over from when the mine shut down and has remained underwater since then. Not much has happened in terms of damage, so I guess the styrofoam lived up to the fact that it's not very biodegradable. The exit to this space was through a small swimming hole right here, which is one of the coolest ways to exit a cavern. After that, we came across our first mine cart of the dive. These are scattered all over the place in the mine, and inside you can see some of the tools left behind. Right next to this one was another mine cart, which was definitely in better shape. Inside there were some more tools and a buttload of rocks from the mine. Shortly after that, we swam over some massive piping. Each one of these pipes was around 50 feet long, and it's just such a cool feeling underwater to see old relics like this. You have to remember that this was a working mine for around 100 years, so every turn we made, we were almost guaranteed to see some type of scrap left behind. Since this is underground level and all the rock is exposed, that makes it to where you can see different types of minerals inside the rocks. The dark coloration you see popping here is lead sulfide. This mineral creates dark crystals in the rock, which are really pretty to look at in my video lights. Next, after coming across a small Christmas tree, which was a very nice touch, we descended down a small cliff to around 60 feet. There was a few scraps to see along the way, but the really cool find was yet another minecart. This one was still in great shape, and it had some tools inside that even included a pickaxe. Unlike typical diving at Bonne Terre, they actually encourage you to touch stuff while diving. And with the pickaxe just laying there, I thought I'd do some mining work of my own. This was definitely my favorite part of the entire dive, because I don't know anywhere else you can use a pickaxe while underwater like this. At this point, we were getting towards the end of the dive, but on the way back we had a small cave to swim through. Now this was super cool, and it even gave me a confidence booster about my buoyancy, as I was able to stay really level. After exiting the cave, we ascended up a rock wall, which put us in about 20 feet of water. I came across a pick stuck in the rocks with a line attached to it, and even yet another mine cart full of tools. But at this point, the dive was over. I made my 15-foot safety stop and slowly came back into the air-breathing world. Alright guys, now as you can tell by the background, I'm not at Bonne Terre anymore, and that's because I was just a little bit too cold after spending an hour in that 58-degree water to get an outro at the dive site, so I had to wait until I got back. But did Bonne Terre live up to the hype? It absolutely did. I don't know anywhere else in this country, or even around the world, you can find a dive site as unique as Bonne Terre. Now I really hope you guys enjoyed the video, but that is going to wrap up today's adventure. But before you go, make sure to smash that like button, comment down below what you thought about Bonne Terre, and most importantly, subscribe with notifications turned on so you never miss out on awesome adventures just like this one. I'm Raymond Tiller, and I'll see you on the next video.